Hello, my name is Neil and I am back with a new episode of Around the World in 7 Days, a program which focuses on enhancing your understanding of geopolitics and international affairs. If you are a student of political science or if you are even little interested in political news, then you must have heard this popular phrase that nothing is permanent in politics. It means that it is very difficult to predict when even the party which is lagging behind in the number game of politics will get the key to power. This is the reason why sometimes the largest party has to sit in opposition and the smaller party succeeds in forming the government. At present, the same thing is happening in the politics of Nepal and the political crisis has deepened again. In the previous episode related to Nepal, we had expressed our doubts that Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand would hardly be able to retain his Prime Minister's chair for a long time. The recent political crisis seems to be telling a similar story. We had told that a new government has been formed in Nepal and with the support of KP Sharma Oli, Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand has become the Prime Minister, whereas Sher Bahadur Deuba's party, Nepali Congress, will sit in the opposition. But when the government brought a vote of confidence in the House of Representatives of the Nepalese Parliament, 268 out of 275 MPs voted in the favor of government at the time of voting. This means that the Nepali Congress with 89 MPs, which till now was talking about sitting in the opposition, suddenly voted in the support of the government. Because of this, it seems that almost all the parties came in the support of government. But due to what happened recently, sword of uncertainty is hanging over the head of the government of Nepal. In fact, Oli's CPN UML has withdrawn support from Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand's government. According to Oli's party, political equations have now changed, so it is withdrawing its support. In such a situation, the government is worried regarding the numerical strength. Oli's party emerged as the second largest party in the election and has 78 MPs. The big question is that whether Prachand will be able to save his government. If yes, how? The second question is, what effect this development is going to have on India? We will come to both of these questions, but first let's understand the whole story. At present, Bidya Devi Bhandari is the president of Nepal and her tenure is going to end this year. In such a situation, the presidential election is to be held on March 9th. But even before this, the political crisis has deepened there. Oli's party says that when they formed an alliance with Prachanda's party last year and when Prachanda became the Prime Minister on December 25th, there was an agreement between the two parties. What was the agreement? The agreement was that the leader of Oli's party would contest the presidential election and Prachanda's party would support that candidate. But at the last moment, Prachanda went against the promise and Sher Bahadur Deuba's party came in support of Nepali Congress candidate Ramchandra Paudel. Therefore, Oli's party withdrew its support. To understand why Prachanda did this, you will have to go back in history. Recent history. In fact, the tenure of the president Bidya Devi Bhandari has been very controversial. Bidya Devi Bhandari is considered a loyalist of KP Sharma Oli. The reason for this is that Bhandari has been associated with Oli's party CPN UML. Therefore, it is said about Bhandari that she works only on the commands of Oli. When Sher Bahadur Deuba became the Prime Minister in June 2021 after Oli, Bidya Devi Bhandari kept stalling many bills as the president. The controversy over the citizenship bill also increased due to this thinking of Bhandari. Therefore, experts are telling that Prachanda knew that if someone from Oli's party becomes the president, he would keep putting obstacles like Bidya Devi Bhandari did. Hence, Prachanda thought it would be better to support the Nepali Congress candidate. Now, you might ask, what will be the effect on Prachanda's government if Oli withdraws his support? According to Nepalese constitution, if a party withdraws support from the government or the party splits up, the government must again win a vote of confidence. Under this, the Prime Minister will have to present a motion of confidence in the House within 30 days on which voting will take place. In such a situation, the biggest challenge in front of Prachanda at this time will be to prove his majority in the House and get the vote of confidence. The total number of seats in the House of Representatives of Nepal is 275, which means 138 seats are needed for majority. Among these, the largest party, the Nepali Congress of Sher Bahadur Deuba, has 89 seats. KP Sharma Oli's party has 78 seats, as we have already told. Prime Minister Pushp Kamal Dahal Prachanda's party has 32 seats. This government has all the support of other small parties as well. If all other parties except Oli support the government, then Prachanda will have the support of 157 MPs. That means there will be no harm to the government. But the question is whether this will happen. There are two big reasons behind saying this. One is that if the smaller parties leave Dahal's side, he will not be able to save the government. Including Prachanda's 32 and Deuba's 89 MPs, there are only 121 MPs, which is 17 less than the majority. Second, many analysts say that the Oli and Sher Bahadur Deuba may come together after the presidential election. Including Deuba's 89 and Oli's 78 MPs, there are 167 MPs, which is more than the majority. Therefore, it is being said that Prachanda can lose his chair. Now the question is, what will be the impact of all this episode, of all this mess on India? If seen from India's point of view, India is going to get relief from this whole matter. As we have already mentioned, Vidya Devi Bhandari had been obstructing the functioning of Deuba government. India also did not like the stalling of citizenship bill. The reason for this was that the bill was in favor of Madhesis. Therefore, India also did not want Bhandari to become the president again. The second thing was that both Oli and Prachand belong to the Communist Party. China has always wanted the Communist parties of Nepal to stay together so that China continues to benefit from it. China has taken advantage of coming together of Oli and Prachand. This government had decided to join China's ambitious project Belt and Road Initiative. Therefore, the coming together of communist parties was not good for India. These parties have made India uncomfortable on many occasions. While being the Prime Minister, Oli has put India in trouble many times by expressing his pro-China stance. However, Prachanda was also seen by India as a supporter of China earlier. But in recent times, there has been a big change in his attitude. It is evident as Deuba made Oli dissatisfied. Therefore, the recent developments in Nepal are being considered very important from the point of view of India. With this new step of Prachand, how long will the government's life be and how much will it benefit India? All these questions are yet to be answered. That's all for today's discussion. Let's note down today's question. Question is, why does the solidarity of communist parties in Nepal makes India uncomfortable? Critically analyze. That's all for this episode. See you in next one. Till then, stay tuned.